Hey everyone, guess who's back? It's Kamish. Back here with weekly previews here, week 2. Week 1 in the books here in Dynasty. I hope everyone's enjoying it. I know for me, I wish I would have had a redraft, like I'm sure some of the others probably feel, but Dynasty is definitely going to be a journey for sure. So the first game featured here, I got myself taking on Sven and Curly Lamborghini. Team that surprised me for sure in week 1. 1-0. Will take on myself who lost. But I am going to go with myself in this one, and here's the reasons why. I think Baker Mayfield will rebound in the Monday Nighter in a big way. I think Anthony Miller will rebound. But losing Tevin Coleman definitely hurts. There's no doubt about that. And Sven had a lot of pieces there that worked for him last week in helping him secure the victory. And right now, NFL.com actually has Sven by just roughly 11. But I want to see how Kyler Murray does in Baltimore on the road. That'll be a hostile environment, so it'll be interesting to see how he will perform. And then also Eli Manning in Buffalo, or against Buffalo. So, those ones will definitely be ones that I'll be looking at. But, looking at both teams, the offensive depth is not very good. And I'm sure some changes are coming down the pipe on defense. So, either way, I am still sticking with myself in this one to beat Sven. The next one up on the docket, it is, just checking my notes. It's Sean and Philly Miracle Man, the two Seans taking on Matthew and Maskey's Marauders. Both these teams sitting at 1-0 through the first game, and both looking pretty good, to be honest. Matthew sitting in 7th, the Sean's sitting in 4th. When I look at Sean's team, I look at it as, is Christian McCaffrey one of the best running backs in the league? I think he definitely is, if not the best. I'm curious to see how he will perform in fantasy. For Matthew, the Darius Geis injury, you'd have to, the guy was calling out the people saying, he's not very durable. But a lot of people, I'm sure, especially fantasy owners right now, are like, well, you haven't been durable. So this one right now, NFL.com has the Seans by 12. I also had the Seans in my selection, so I will go Seans as well moving forward for this week. The third game here, it's Stewart and likely losers taking on Joshua, Life's a Mitch. For both teams, you got to think considerably disappointing first game. I thought Stewart would have been done a lot better, but Melvin Gordon obviously not being there has an effect. And for Joshua, I think he kind of knew his team wasn't going to be great coming in, and that's clear. It's showing up. But for Stewart, I see NFL.com has him winning by 27, and I also have Stewart going. Couple of reasons why. I think Newton, as well as Matty Ice rebound, and those are his two quarterbacks coming off losses. I think they rebound, and I don't think Geronimo Allison's going to get 0 points again. There's no doubt about it. Life Smith has some big time players such as Julio and Hollywood Brown, obviously demonstrating some of that. Then his first game as a pro. But I will stick with Stewart in this one. Next one, we got Adrian and Orange Crush taking on Lucas and Ninja Magic. Ninja Magic, the number 1 seed, putting up a whopping 336.10. And pretty good first showing here by Lucas. I look at his team. He's got. It's well balanced. There's no doubt about that. Phillip Rivers and Darnold, I think, are going to be good for him again. This week, and I think that he is going to beat Orange Crush and Mahomes. I'm worried about his ankle, so I want to see how he performs, obviously in a hostile environment in Oakland as well. And I want to see how Aaron Rodgers performs as well against a tough Vikings defense, and that's who Adrian has at quarterback. So I definitely think that those guys might struggle again, and Lucas takes this one. Next game, I got Sues and Zebras taking on Brian and Cobra Kai. Again, two teams that have to be disappointed with their first week. But I think it's clear to me he's the worst team right now, and he looks like he's going to be the worst team. But don't worry, Brian. I think I'm a close second. I don't think my team's very good either. But, for Zebras, I think it was just bad personnel decisions that cost her part of the victory, obviously, in week one. But I think Jameis Winston rebounds from a 0.76 effort. He's got to put up more than that, right? And Le'Veon Bell, I think, is going to do well in prime time against the Browns. But obviously, there's lots of good things for Brian to look at. Josh Jacobs at running back, obviously, looked great. DK Metcalf getting a lot of targets in Seattle. A.J. Brown looked good for Tennessee, but it's just not happening this year. And I got Suze moving on and winning this one for her first win. Next game up, I got Robert and the Illuminati taking on Matt. Stop looking at my Peterman. Two teams also coming off losses. Right now, NFL.com has Robert winning by 7 in a tight one. And I also have Robert originally winning this one, and I'm going to stick to it. Some of the things to look for in this one. It's going to be Elliott in Washington for Robert. I think Elliott's going to run hard in that one. And Tom Brady also in Miami with AB as a new toy. So I think that's might end up being maybe a touchdown record, maybe 8-9 touchdown. I don't even know what the record is, but Brady has a chance to beat that, I think, on Sunday. And the other thing too, Sammy Watkins just became the number 1 wide receiver for Kansas City. These are all the reasons I'm going with Robert, and Robert's going to beat Matt here in week 2. Next game up, it's Doosan and Sabatica Spartans taking on Justin and Ultimus Prime. Definitely was a candidate for Game of the Week. This one looks like it's going to be thrilling. Right now, NFL.com has it really tight as well, 7 points. These are two teams that I think I identified in the ratings that'll be pretty good. I think Sabatica Spartans, obviously, I underestimated him, and I kind of mentioned that, I think. But he's come through here. In this game, I'm going to be curious to see how Lamar Jackson does versus Kyler Murray. Obviously, Jackson will be at home against Kyler Murray, so that's going to be a primetime matchup for sure, and one to watch. The other thing, too, is there anyone better than DeAndre Hopkins at this point for Justin? I mean, this guy's just doing unbelievable. And he looked unbelievable on Monday night, and these are the reasons why I'm going to go with Justin winning this one and putting the Ming division on the map and trying to make a statement in that division here in Dynasty. The last game featured here, guys, it's going to be the game of the week, and it's going to be a great one. Two LOC legends carrying their ownership here over to Dynasty and doing a great job. Milan second after week 1, Chris 5th. Right now it's a 27-point advantage. NFL.com calling for Milan to win this one. Milan put up obviously a whopping 326.48 last week, just right behind Lucas there by 10 for the top. And we all know you do get money for top point getter at the end of the year. But the things I'm looking for in this one, maybe what might make a big impact is AB. He will dress for the Pats in Miami, sorry. And I'm interested to see how AB performs. Milan also has Goff, Dak Prescott, Barkley, Chris Carson's getting a rock a lot. D.D. Westbrook's getting a lot of targets. Deshaun Jackson, big plays. So no doubt about it, Milan picked first in Dynasty, and it's obviously paid off, but obviously it's paid off because he made the right picks for sure. Looking at Chris's side, I think Russell Wilson's going to have a tough matchup in Pittsburgh. There's no doubt about that. Gurley against the Saints. You don't think the Saints are going to be wanting revenge in that one? It should be a good one to watch. And then, Darren Waller, TJ Hawkinson making big impacts at tight end in week 1 for Chris, which obviously is helping his team. Andy Dalton, who put up record numbers with the new coach in Seattle. So we'll see how he does. I think it's going to be close. Like I say, NFL.com has it 27 for Milan. I am going Milan here in the game of the week, but I think it's going to be closer than what NFL.com has it at. And I'm really looking forward to seeing who's 2-0 after this week.